What's up, dudes? It's another Dragon Ball Xenoverse SH Figuarts figure review, and if I'm sounding a little bit down on that, I mean, I just did the Trunks review. Just go back and watch that one because there were some things that happened, and I'm looking at this Time Patroller dude, and to be honest, I'm not super excited. I'm already seeing some things I might not agree with. Why are they doing Dragon Ball Xenoverse figures anyway? And for the record, why are they doing them now? These guys came out like in May. And when did Xenoverse 2 came out? Wasn't it September last year? Or November? I don't even know. Anyhow, regardless of all of that, I'm still going to review this guy. So, this is basically Trunks, right? With a yellow shirt and a cape. And of course a different head, but this is exactly copy-paste. Now, I'm going to have a look at how much they did recycle. Obviously, there's some new parts here and there. But this design already, I mean, the thing about the Time Patroller, this is supposed to be your create a character, and they just took the default skin they used for all the trailers and whatnot, and they made a figure out of this. And let's be honest here, this is not the most thrilling design for Time Patrol. I'm just gonna move over and have a look at how tall this guy is. He stands at about 14 and a half centimeters to the top of his head with his hair. It's kind of hard to measure, but between 14 and 14 and a half, so a little shy of 6 inches, just like Trunks. Regardless of the design, let's have a look at the figure itself and how it's executed. First of all, I do like the Scouter. That looks cool, and we haven't really seen a Scouter since Vegeta. I mean, the first Vegeta had a Scouter, and I don't think anybody else. I could be wrong though. Feel free to let me know in the comments if I'm forgetting about somebody. But yeah, he has a Scouter. That looks cool. Face looks great. Hair, nicely done. A different color. For once, we didn't have red before. Of course, we have the Trunks jacket. Why this is not done well? How is it sticking out like that over here and then just goes flat? Why is that not shaped a little bit more like a bicep? And it doesn't align with the torso at all. Got this in the back. We got the entire cape, of course. If you haven't noticed that yet, that seems to be on a hinge, but we'll get to the articulation in a minute. There's actually shading going on in the pants. Once again, SH Figuarts. Sometimes they do shading, sometimes they don't. I mean, most of the times they don't. And you got Trunks, shoes, future Trunks. This is, like I said, this entire design is just future Trunks with a different hat and a cape. Now let's get to the articulation. First of all, the hat. It will move around actually quite nicely, but it's completely blocked by the collar, by the cape, so what you're getting is just minimal movement out of this. It goes around, but yeah, back and forth. It's bouncing towards the cape or the collar. That's no good. The cape itself, it is packed in there with a ball joint and a hinge, so you can take this off. Actually, that's not what I wanted to go for, but you can take it off, but it's not made to work like that. Unfortunately, I don't know why they molded it like this over here. If they would have just made it flatter, you could have actually taken off the cape and given him a bit of a different look, which is a thing that they should have done, giving him a different look. Also, there is shading in the cape. I don't know how well you see it on the light, but there's some darker spots going on over there. But it basically just goes up and down, and it goes side to side a little bit because it's blocked by the overall shoulder part of it. Shoulders itself, they look they work very good. I mean, they look also well. I don't know if this ball sticking out. It's just weird. But it's alright. It's alright. It's nothing bad. It goes up quite far. I thought it would get blocked by the cape, which is hard plastic. And this is another thing about this guy. The collar is also hard plastic. If that would be soft plastic, we probably get some more motion out of that. But goes up shoulder and goes back and forth. You can bring it back and forth. You have the joint that connects to the torso, so you have some lenience with that. Have a bicep swivel, double hinged elbow, if I could swivel it in the right direction. There we go. Goes up like that, and we have the fist, rotates around, goes back and forth. That's alright. Still, this is also fairly hard plastic. Surprisingly, the jacket is soft. I just try to move that around a little bit. And I don't see the point of that at all. Like, really? Why is that? Whatever. So, the torso area, first we have the chest. It gets nice motion because it has some room over here. Down here at the hips, moves around, goes back and forth very nicely. Gets blocked by the cape. The cape doesn't really... that doesn't really do much other than blocking. Legs go up a lot. Those are good. Goes out to the side, almost all the way. And would go back, but then we have the cape in the way again. And it also rotates around here at the thigh. And we have the knees. They don't look good, as usual. We have the knee pad over there, and I just ripped it off. I kind of tried to move it out a little bit. But anyway, regardless, this doesn't swivel. There's no swivel there. And we have an ankle rocker, go side to side, forward and back. And we have a toe hinge that doesn't actually go up a lot. It does go down a lot. What? That doesn't even make sense, but yeah. Now the accessories is where they could have made this character into something special, but they didn't. And I'll tell you in a minute why. First of all, we have some open blast hands for him. That's standard, that's cool, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. We have some more open hands, posing hands, clawing hands, blast hands, whatever you want to call it. You can use it for whatever you want to. We have two open holding hands. Even though he doesn't really have anything to hold, I guess he could put in Trunks' sword. Or like, I'm thinking about the crest roll that Trunks comes with. He doesn't have one. He has a energy blast though, fairly standard one, with a hole in there. So you can put it on the base. There's nothing to hold it like that. You have to put it on the base. We have a different face, also with the Scouter. All his faces are with the Scouter, and that's really molded in there. You cannot take that off. So if you're not into the Scouter, tough luck, because you're forced to keep it on. And then we have the Super Saiyan versions, open mouth and green teeth. And he comes with a base, which is cool. But he doesn't have anything to hold the character. He only has this arm piece, or whatever you want to call that, to hold the energy effect. Nothing else. Why? Why, SH Figuarts? Why? That's so cheap. And it's gonna bring me to the final thoughts. What do I think about this figure? Now let me split this into two parts. The first part is gonna be completely objective, and I'm gonna tell you what I think about this figure and blah, 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 blah. And then I'm gonna have the second part as my personal input into this. Alright? So, this is a good figure. The look of it is very nicely done. There's some shading in the legs, and also the cape. Overall, the articulation works nice. There's some small issues here with the conversion of that, but nothing majorly bad about it. So, as a figure, as he stands right here, I can recommend them. If you like the Time Patrol, if you like the design, definitely go for it. Now comes my personal opinion on this. This guy has no place in this entire line. Why did they make a Time Patroller? I don't get it, and I'm actually a little bit mad about it. And it's just like, the design is so entirely lackluster. Yes, I just said it, it's a decent figure, but it just looks... I mean, just take the head off. I mean, the head is alright, that's cool. But the entire idea of the Time Patroller in the game is that you're making your own. It's customization. And I really, really, really hoped for that was what they were going for with this guy. And having him, you know, give him a couple of different faces, give him a couple of different hairstyles, maybe some different arms, like one set. We don't want to get too crazy here. I know, I want to keep this in the realm of possible, and I think, like, let's see, they could have given him like 5 different hairstyles. Just completely different. And always like, just with one face, going with each hairstyle. Of course, you have to make some cuts. You can't give every hairstyle 5 faces and whatnot, but just give us something to validate the idea of a Time Patrol. Just give us a figure where you can make your own, build your own Time Patroller, instead of giving us this lazy, boring design that was used for the trailers. So that's my take on it. Take it or leave it. Like I said before, this is not a bad figure. This is just a lazy design and a stupid idea from the get-go. So, that's gonna do it. As usual, guys, thank you very much for watching. Excuse me if this was... I don't know. The Figuarts, come on. Give us a boo and not a time patroller. God, I gotta stop now. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, feel free to hit it up with a like and maybe subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, gameplay stuff, and whatever the time patroller wants.